Hi everybody, and welcome to the continuing series on Gap Year Exploration Month. My name is Calla, and I'm excited to share with you my big takeaways from my gap year. So after my senior year of high school, I spent a year in Argentina from 2009 to 2010, and I can still very assuredly say that it's the best thing that I ever did, even up until today. I gained so much confidence from this experience and so much clarity on what I wanted to do with my career. And those are the two biggest takeaways from my Rotary Exchange. So in 2009, like I said, I graduated high school and I went to Argentina for a year through Rotary Exchange. It was a wonderful program, highly recommend looking into them. Was able to live with two host families in Calla, Argentina, both of which I'm still very close with, and I've made a ton of friends that I also keep in touch with as well. That being said, I had a wonderful community there, but it was also just one of the most challenging experiences to be away from home for the first time, to be in a totally different country, to be learning a new language. And it really forced me to develop a lot of ways in which to process a lot of big feelings that I was going through. So I not only developed a weekly practice of just mindfulness and taking time to stop and pause and see how I was feeling and what I needed and what I needed to communicate better that week. And that's something that I've carried over into my adult life as well, is just taking one day of the weekend, either Saturday or Sunday, to really have a longer reset and pause and to just process what's going on in my life. And this really helped me to reset a lot of stressful habits that I was developing in high school, of just being super busy and overworked and overstressed and taking on too much. And I think that's something that a lot of US American students in high school feel. There's so much pressure to succeed. And being in Argentina for a year really taught me how to slow down, to process my emotions, and to be present in the moment. And the other really big thing that I took away from my gap year was being able to spend a lot of time focusing on what I actually wanted to do for a career. I feel like that's something else that in the US is really hard to have time to really sit back and think, what do I really want to do, instead of just rushing into the next thing. And I was able to reflect a lot and change my major, change which school I was going to. A lot of things changed for me over that year, and just felt a lot more confident in the career choices I was making. And then when I arrived to school too, I was able to feel pretty well adapted to the college experience. I was excited to be back and studying. I didn't feel burnt out anymore, and it really just helped me move right into a career that I really love, which I worked in international exchange for a long time, working with high school students as well, going on exchanges, which just absolutely was such a joy to give back to the community in that way. And then now I'm also working in conservation, and so was able to bring those international skills into a conservation career. So it's given me a lot of confidence, a lot of emotional intelligence and skills, and also just has really helped me define my career path. So thank you, Gap Year.